Hello YouTube, welcome back to PanzerCorps, the Afrika Corps campaign. This is going to be Syria, and a pretty interesting mission, a somewhat difficult mission, although the map is pretty small, and I think pretty much anybody, as long as you haven't lost too much equipment, could accomplish this particular scenario with a fair amount of ease. And basically you have to land certain troops at this airbase. You're going to be given a BF-110, I believe it is, that has to be escorted back to this airbase here, I believe. And of course you have to capture all of your objectives in order to get a decisive victory. So, that being said, let's go ahead and get started and see what goes down here. Now, I think I had to do this scenario at least one time more than I would have liked, let's say. I think I did it 2 or 3 times because I had a little bit of an issue with this area. And what I've learned, before we get started, I'm sorry, let me say this little bit, that this area over here, when you land your troops, do not capture these control points right away. You have plenty of time to capture Aleppo and the Aleppo airfield. Just wait, because there's no reason to take them right away, because there will be a counterattack from here and over here. So the best thing to do is just to hold out for a little while until you can get some more troops up there to help you, and you'll see as we progress through this scenario what I'm talking about, and then it'll make it a lot easier to hold those positions without losing too many of your guys here. So I believe 4 of them have to survive, something like that. I can't remember exactly, but something like that. And we actually have a M4 Sherman that was captured in this scenario that we get to use. So let's go ahead and get started here. Got some reduced strength units here, right up front actually. Now, I personally didn't know this map good enough to know that where I'm taking that airborne unit, that Fallschirm, is not going to work out, so I'll show you why. This is my Fallschirm unit. I just purchased another one because, if you've been watching my series, you know that I lost one in the last scenario. And we are going up here toward that city. Oh, I paused it on my turn. I meant to pause it on their turn. Let's back up just a hair here. Oh, too far. Well, never mind. Anyway, I'm going toward the top there. It's not going to work out. I do capture this little town here, but that's about all I accomplish. So advancing up with the Panzer 4Gs, which are going to encounter some resistance very soon. Churchill getting moved up here. M39 not doing too well against us, absolutely destroyed. Didn't even come close to hurting us. No real threat there was perceived or experienced. So you do have quite a bit of tank units there in the beginning, and they'll give you a little trouble. I didn't know that was there, so unfortunately it was kind of a bummer. Okay, so let me show you what they have. So they got a nice line of mines here, which really got a pain in the butt. And you've got pretty nice coverage over here. This is not all that difficult, but coming through here you want to be very careful. As you can see, they've got a Churchill, a couple Shermans, a couple Crusaders, and some artillery support to back that up. So when you break through here, just be careful if you're playing this and you're trying to figure out how to beat it. Just kind of watch what I do, and maybe you can figure out a better way, or you already have a better way of doing it than I do. So This Panzer IV moved up a little far. He might take some hits from these guys. I don't know yet. If he does, it'll be the Shermans that attack him. As you can see, there's no possible way that if I land here and march this way, I'm ever going to beat these three guys. And the reason for this is they have a priest, which is an artillery unit, protecting them from any attacks that would occur. Now, normally, I could take out maybe an infantry unit or two with a Fallschirm, but there's no possible way of defeating them with artillery coverage. And as you can tell, I didn't know that, or maybe I did and I didn't care. I just wanted to capture this little town here for the prestige. I don't know exactly. And finally, before I press play, you can see here all of this equipment and all of these soldiers can easily move this way and attack your paratroopers. And if they were smart, if the computer was smart, if the computer was a human player, that's exactly what they would do, is they would pull these units and basically attack this way, basically trapping these guys in this corner and killing them. But to make it, I guess, fair or whatever, they don't do that. So let's go ahead and hit play and keep going. Churchill devastating that big old artillery unit, taking him out. It was probably 150 millimeter if I had to guess. I don't know the pounder equivalent. Alright, so we got the silver medal there, our little artillery unit we've had for a while. Pretty devastating attack for both of us, really. We lost half of our unit there, but so did he. A little more than half of his unit. We did rout them there, so that's pretty good. So here's the Shermans, and it looks like a Stuart and a Grant. Giving them a little what's for with our fighters here to kind of thin them out a bit. 4 killed, very nice. Folkwolf. It's an upgraded unit that I received for getting a Decisive Victory after losing one of my Decisive Victory tanks. Fortunately, he was also destroyed. Trying to pick on our Panzer IV, although not very successfully. I would say that that was pretty much a victory for us. Okay, that wasn't great. Ooh. Did not expect him to move, to be perfectly honest with you, but he did. Ooh, just lost an airborne unit there, one of those non-core units that needs to survive. Did not survive. Folkwolf absolutely devastating that Spitfire. Panzer IV trying to cause this guy to retreat so that he can move. He did accomplish that, so that's pretty good. Eliminating that Sherman and the Stuart. Defense +2 on a tank. Again, not my favorite thing to get for a hero, but it works. Little scout car here. Didn't even touch the Churchill. Got some prestige here, so we're not doing too badly. Trying to encircle that artillery unit to get rid of him so we can take out the infantry. Just cleared them out. Just found the mines up there, looks like. I think I may have known they were there. The way that I moved, it seems like I'd already... This is probably my second playthrough. Ooh. Did not expect that. Okay. They're really hammering our guys up here. Okay. Could have gone a lot better. I'll probably retreat after that. No, he didn't. Big mistake, as he just got eliminated. Didn't quite kill the artillery there, but at the same time, we're in pretty good shape. The Valentine, since he did engage, our infantry there is going to get really messed up by that Stug. And he did gain initiative +1, so Churchill taking out that Valentine. Well, that didn't go very well. Okay. Oh, come on. That was ridiculous. Now there, I probably should have used my artillery first. Yeah, I should have. I might have been able to destroy him and the guy above there, but I think he's cut off anyway, so it's not going to matter that much. But still better to do it the right way the first time. Getting rid of this right flank of tanks. That's the last of them with that Grant. Did get defense +1 again with a tank. Not my best, but not the best, I should say, but it works, I suppose. So we're attacking the airfield here. Hoping to clear these guys out as quickly as possible. We are pushing it a little bit. Okay. Beirut, we took that already, so we're just moving on up here. Now, from my estimation of rewatching this video, it looks as though I don't want to get through that mine setup until I have the proper tanks to back it up. So, and I do strongly suggest you do the same. Okay, so a couple Kitty Hawks coming in for some help with the Aleppo area here for the enemy. I've now decided to clear out the mines a bit. Putting the Stugs up front because they are a lot more difficult to destroy. Probably the Churchill, yep. And we'll wait to clear the rest. It looks like I'm going to put everybody through that hole and not try to bust a hole through the top. There is an anti-tank gun up there, so I think that's a better decision in the end. Stug's getting hammered here. Okay. Don't really know if that was a good idea. Oh no! Wow, it didn't surrender somehow. That looks like it'll be the last of the defenders of Aleppo. It did come out victorious here. Very, very well done. Wow. One-shotted that Kitty Hawk. That's what I'm talking about. Not even our Spitfire does that. Devastating attacks here. Stewart getting nailed. We'll widen our gap here a bit. That was a little ridiculous. Okay, that was way ridiculous. I don't want to move them right behind some of these tanks because if they need to retreat, I want them to be able to do so. Taking down that Kitty Hawk. I really want to get rid of this bishop as soon as possible, which is why I'm choosing to attack him instead of the Churchill. Although, to be honest, the Churchill probably wouldn't even have any trouble defending against us anyway. Looks like we'll get rid of one cruiser here. Oh no, no, I'm sorry. Oh, that's a Crusader, not a cruiser. He actually lives to fight another day. Looks like he got some reinforcements there. Well, that was ridiculous. Killed 9 in one shot, really? Yeah, that was actually really good there. That Churchill came out of the town and didn't fare well, and there you go. So I just lost another core unit. However, that being said, it was a core unit that I received for free from a Decisive Victory, so hopefully we can get another one of those. Bishop is gone down, so no more support over there from the artillery front. Okay. Churchill's still taking some moderate damage there. Chose to go in for some shots on the Spitfire there. Don't know how smart that was, but we will see. The Churchill will probably attack us here. Okay. Destroying that Sherman is always a good idea. Wow, that was one hell of an attack there. So once we get these tanks thinned out, the scenario is basically over. That's really the only defense they had, was just that large number of tanks they started out with. So just got a couple more to deal with, and then we should be golden. So I did decide to take Aleppo. Ouch. Oh, actually he used a Stewart to attack us. Okay. Interesting. So he does have 3 more tanks there I didn't see initially. We just devastated the Crusader that decided to attack our PanzerCorps there. But we do still have this Churchill to deal with. Trying to get rid of this anti-aircraft, mobile anti-aircraft unit here. Did manage to get in behind their artillery, which is pretty good. No more support for that infantry unit whatsoever. Ouch. And our newly upgraded Focke-Wulf to take care of the rest of that. Churchill finally been routed. The Stuart paying the piper for attacking our anti-aircraft unit there. Trying to pick on this Sherman as best we can. Looks like it's going to work out for us. Ugh, garbage. There we go. Wow. So the Valentine just totally destroyed our non-core unit Sherman there. I think that was kind of a lucky situation, but either way it did happen. So we're setting up defensive positions for when I take that airfield. We want to be dug in if we can, and even just one turn of digging in will make a difference, so we're set up for that. Another Crusader, and it looks like a Grant are going to be destroyed this turn. Oh man, defense +1. Don't really like getting out of tanks, but it is what it is. We're going to repay the Valentine in kind for his attack on our Grant, or I'm sorry, our Sherman that we lost, our non-core unit. Wow, he must be pretty experienced because he's taken a lot of hits. Yeah, he is. He's 2.5 stars. It makes a big difference. Decided to attack the anti-aircraft unit, so commencing that, did pretty well. Took him out. Ouch, that did not go well at all. Okay, well, maybe it won't matter too much. Alright. Basically just clearing out everything we can find, it looks like. The Spitfire is going to give us a bit of trouble. Oh, maybe not. Well, yeah, he did. I mean, he took out quite a few of our Spitfires, so he did well. Okay. We did decide to go ahead and take the airfield there, just due to the fact that I had a couple tanks for support. at this juncture too, the computer doesn't really have much going for it in terms of troops, so we're pretty safe to do it now, especially since we're putting the attack here as well. Covering those river crossings in case one of them tries to cross the river. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. As you can tell though, it's vastly over, because whenever you give the German army time to maneuver and move around and basically use blitzkrieg, in my opinion, moving around and just getting in behind you, it's over. You're just not going to survive. You've released the liaison officer, who is now aboard his Bf-110 bomber and ready to take off for the Halfa airfield. Okay, so we moved him out with the escort, and he has to be escorted, just so you know. Pretty sure that's why I had to redo the mission, is because he wasn't escorted. Wow, 3, very nice. Okay. And that's pretty much the game. Now I'm going to try to go and capture some more towns and whatnot to get a little more prestige. You don't have to do that. But, oh wow. Ambush that little scout car. I guess I did take the city this turn. Looked like it anyway. So perhaps this will be the last turn. Oh no, I guess there's another place I need to capture. Because we're still golden here. Oh, well, maybe not. No, we're still good. I thought that was the last one and it was over, but I guess not. What am I missing? Oh, duh. We gotta return the liaison officer. I must have known that. Whoop-a-dur. Apparently when I'm watching these replays, I don't know that. Okay. There it is. So all in all, looks like we didn't manage to take this before we got him back to the airfield. Doesn't really matter. This guy did survive as well, but we did manage to take this extra town here and this one, so we did get a little extra something. That was the last turn, it looks like, so I didn't really have any choice. I kind of had to do what I did. So there you go. It was defeated. We did win, and not a particularly hard scenario. Again, when I took that loss, I really didn't need to take that loss. It was a big mistake, and it seems like I'm making a lot of those throughout this series, as I'm losing a lot of units that I really didn't need to lose. So hopefully you guys can watch this and really learn from it and do a little bit better. So we'll see if I can make it all the way to the end. I am trying to take the absolute longest path to victory. So far we're still on track to that. However, it does make this game a little bit harder to do that. So we will see. I have gotten, I think, all decisive victories so far. So we're going to keep that up. As always, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, share with your friends, all that good stuff. And have a good one.